Finding anyone alive in the open water after a hurricane is remarkable. But this scene after Hurricane Milton's landfall was especially surreal. This was the moment the Coast Guard rescued Joe Tessa off Florida's Gulf Coast in October. Incredibly, they found him floating on a cooler.
I thought I was going to die there.
Today, for the first time, Tessa is speaking out publicly about his harrowing ordeal. In a video produced by Grizzly, the company that makes the cooler which Tessa held onto, the fisherman recounting what it was like to be exposed and alone in the open water.
Currently a Category 5 storm, 160-mile-per-hour winds.
With a monstrous major hurricane bearing down.
This is not a time to be outside, Tom.
As Milton barreled toward Florida on October 9th, Tessa went out into the Gulf of Mexico to repair the fishing boat he captained. But the Coast Guard says Tessa radioed that the boat became disabled on the way back to port. Just hours before Milton's landfall, Tessa was stranded at sea.
Mother Nature was just too much for that boat. I pulled the life raft bag and deployed it, and I jumped in it. I wasn't even settled in it, and it attached itself to the boat. So as soon as it pulled tight, it flipped me over and dragged me under.
Then he says the cooler hit him in the back of the head.
I basically locked myself in the cooler like this, like my legs and my arms.
Tessa believes he used the cooler as a lifeboat for roughly 17 hours.
I had my fingertips like this holding the cooler, lid down so water wouldn't come in. Whatever water was coming in at the time was actually keeping me from shivering. Rolled over quite a few times, got thrown out of it quite a few times.
The Coast Guard estimates during that overnight stretch, he would have been hit by 75 to 90 mile per hour winds and 20 to 25 foot seas. The day after landfall, a Coast Guard search team was about to head back to land when their equipment got an alert.
We saw the arms reach up in the air and realized at the moment that we had found the survivor floating, clinging up to a big fishing cooler. We were all very, very excited. We couldn't believe it.
Tessa flown back to land alive.
It was a good feeling once I got in that helicopter.
This could have turned out so differently, and the moral of this story is safety equipment works. The Coast Guard says Tessa is alive thanks to a life jacket, an emergency locator beacon, and yes, the unexpected, that cooler. You can see Grizzly's full video on Tessa's story now on their website, grizzlycoolers.com. Back to you guys.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.